Hey there, let's talk about sales. I was with a prospective client this week, and he was showing me his sales numbers on an Excel spreadsheet. Now, for some clients, that's fine and dandy, but for this client, it was a little bit of a shocker because they spend tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on a really nice CRM system. So the question I had was, why are we not looking at this stuff out of your CRM system? Why is it in an Excel spreadsheet? The reason was their salespeople don't use the CRM. And this is a problem that I hear from sales leaders all the time. Our salespeople aren't using our CRM. Here are some reasons why your salespeople might not be using your CRM. Number one, you've made it a sales tax, not a sales tool. In other words, when your CRM system is more set up for you to capture data than it is for your salespeople to work their prospects through the sales process, it becomes a sales tax and it becomes unhelpful to your sales organization. What happens? Friday afternoon rolls around, they know that you are going to be looking in there for some data, and you get a lot of craptastic garbage that salespeople put into your system. It's why your pipeline numbers are off. It's why your forecasting is off, and you never feel like you have your arms around what's going on in the sales organization. Second thing is, maybe you do have a good a clear sales process in your CRM system, but you don't have a good sales process in your CRM system. So for example, I like to ask clients a lot of the times, have you identified what your buyer's buying cycle is? And is your sales cycle aligned to your customer's buying cycle? That would be a reason why people would not be using your CRM. There's a misalignment there. And so the sales process isn't accurate. The third reason would be that you don't have everything set up in a way that makes it super easy for a salesperson to leverage all the tools and assets that they need as part of the sales process. What do I mean by that? Well, marketing does a ton of effort, probably in your organization, to create marketing assets and sales assets for your salespeople to use. Playbooks, templates, case studies, PowerPoints, and yet most organizations don't sync them to the sales process in their CRM system. They're housed somewhere completely differently with no alignment at all to where they fit into the sales process. So from the point of view of a salesperson, there's likely too much stuff, but also they don't know when to bring those assets to bear as part of the sales process. So I have a philosophy that 4 things should really be aligned around your sales process. The number one is the buying process. The second thing is, what's your sales process? The third thing is, what are the tools and assets that you provide for your sellers? Where do those fit? Where are they supposed to be utilized in the sales process? And the fourth is development. What development is required to make your sellers proficient or exceptional at each stage of the sales process? So if I'm in the discovery phase of the sales process, have I identified what the development is that is required to be great at discovery? I think the last thing I would say to you about why this is so critical is comes from a statement that this client made to me this week. He said, Jane, we need to find a way to hold our salespeople more accountable. Our senior leader kind of thought they would just do it on their own. Yeah, like that's going to happen. So from a sales manager perspective, from a sales leader perspective, having a honed in CRM system, having your sales process and all of these things clearly delineated in your CRM helps you to do one of your big jobs, which is hold people accountable and coach to the process. So if the process is right and it's clean in your CRM, as a manager or a leader, you are now able to coach to the process. So if you're struggling to have your salespeople use your CRM, I'd ask yourself some of these questions. Do I have it right? Do I have the process right in the system? Have I made the system more of a tax than a tool? Do I have all the tools and templates and assets in the system in a way that makes sense? And have I looked at development, how I'm developing my people in a way that's aligned with the sales process? I hope this helps.